hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Exotics Radio Podcast. I am Cracked, your host, and we've got a little bit of a short show for you tonight. Hey, Ophies. Ophi's Spider versus Dad. Ophi's dad. How's it going? It's good to see you. Thanks for all the promotions. I just want to say it's very heartwarming. I know I've been slacking on sending Ophi's present at the moment because I've been doing a lot of remodeling and everything's full with dust and trying to take care of 59 tarantulas and 3 cats and a man-child that I call my brother. Yeah, it's something else. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. I don't see the mic picking myself up very well. But yeah, anyways, that's what's kind of going on at the moment. It's just been hectic. And so, unfortunately, I will not be able to spend too much time tonight trying to get another project set up. Once that project's set up, everything will be smoothed out a little bit. Thank you for being understanding. I really, really appreciate it. You're really earning the extra chocolate, I swear. I got some extra gifts in there for you. I picked up some extra stuff for you in your gift today. So hopefully next week we'll get that sent out, and then you won't have to wait too long. Lincoln Alvarado, hello. We have Lincoln. Stefan Hotup is like, hey everyone. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I totally forgot to do the banner. That's a sin on this channel. It's just an absolute sin. If you guys don't know what my next project's gonna be, somebody said I should basically start doing Twitch views for my art. So when I'm doing the art, I've been doing a lot of art, and so I've been trying to get that Twitch up and running. We've got, hold on, I gotta invite the co-host. Oh gosh, I am discombobulated today. Everybody knows who Scott's Animal Adventures is. If you don't, go check out Scott's Animal Adventures. After this little show is done, he's gonna continue the show on his channel, and give you guys some good quality. It's just I will not be here for this evening. I'm only gonna be here for about a half hour, if that. I mean, it's gonna be really short tonight for me, which is a shame. But I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. Like I said, I'm trying to set everything up tonight, get that out of the way. It just happened to land on a Wednesday. Normally I would have it land on some other time, but tomorrow I'm dealing with friends and family, and then because it's if you guys want to know what's going on, it is a Swedish holiday tomorrow, and that means technically tomorrow would be considered a early Friday, and then you have an early Saturday, and then you have technically 2 Sundays. And so that's what's going on with what's going on here. And another reason why I can't be on for too long is because I'm really, really anxious to get going with the cooking, helping my family out, and try to get the place cleaned up. As you guys know, like I said, you guys know I've been doing a lot of remodeling. There's dust everywhere, and when you have a stickler like my mom, who is a clean freak, and I mean an absolute clean freak, no matter what the circumstances, it's a little hard to get her to calm down when she's here. And now, why are we having it here at my house? I have no idea. I don't understand why we can't go to my siblings or something, but they're afraid of the C word, and I'm like, dude, that's almost 2 years in the making to stop, and they don't. So that's kind of what we have to deal with here. And I honestly, I think it's just they don't want mom to come over. Honestly, I think that's exactly what it is. They just don't want mom to come over and see their messes. So they're dogpiling on me, especially since I live with my brother. So the 2 of us are here, so it's 2 of us against the others, and yeah, it's something. So without further ado, hey Scott, how's it going?
You alright? You alright? I can
It's
hear me. I
good.
can hear myself.
You can hear yourself? Oh, hold on. I forgot. I gotta press the button. There you go. Is that better?
Cool. Yeah, that's better.
I'm such a dork. I forget that button each and every time.
Oh, that's right.
So we're gonna. I was thinking we play a song while you get ready, but you've already got ready. So what do you got first coming up? What's our first view of the day?
So we'll start off with the one that everyone's kind of, if they're in the hobby and they've got an assassin bug, it's usually this one here. So you've got the Horrid King assassin bug, Cytala horrida. and lo and behold, it's hiding under a bit of a
A bit of a stick
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Is there still an echo, ladies and gentlemen? That's my next question. I like how we awkwardly await the answer. Oh, wow. Okay, the echo has been fixed. It's such a pretty baby.
Yeah. So these get about two. Some people say up to 2.5 inches when they're fully grown, and these are also known as spiny assassin bugs. So they have spikes on their back. Unfortunately, you can't really see it on here, but they have a red and black stripe around their abdomen, and then they have 4 red spots on their back and some stripe and some spikes. And you can see they've got this proboscis on their head, and that is
Yep.
how they attack and eat their food. They're also very messy eaters, so springtails do really help. But you can see there's a carcass and whatnot on the floor. Um, but in general, you keep these guys sort of average humidity for your room. You may want to just keep your substrate slightly moist, just so they're in about sort of 50 to 65% humidity. They don't need like a tropical condition, so they're really good. And you can actually see some of the spikes if I get it in focus again. On the back, you can see some of the little spikes.
Yep,
Just so
I see them. Such cute little bastards. Northern Exotic says, Yo, I'm listening, but can't be active. They're driving. Drive safely. I want you to be safe out there. And we've got Ophi Spider-Verse's dad saying, There is no echo, thank God. Happy Aunt UK says, Hello. Stefan Harp was actually here earlier, so was Tony's Tarantulas, and as well as Lincoln Alvarado. Now, I just gotta tell people, when you come on the show, you're perfectly fine to give yourself a promo, give yourself a pat on the back, tell everybody who you are, they can find you, if it's exotic pet keeping in general or exotic pet oriented. With that said, I don't want people to advertise that they sell underwear or anything like that. Sorry, just putting that out there.
Oh, well, in that case, I do not sell underwear. Do not find me on Facebook. So with these guys, the enclosure is this is just for singles. A lot of people keep them communally, and obviously for a communal setup, you'd want something along the lines of a 30 by 30 by 45 Exoterra or even bigger than that. It's really good to sort of use tubs. A lot of people keep them arboreally, but they can be kept terrestrially. The main thing is giving them plenty of hiding spaces and giving them the opportunity to get away from each other, because as babies they are cannibalistic.
So the prince, I'm gonna say the Prince Charming from Northern Exotic is looking for his princess Scott, which he doesn't come around until Fridays. Fridays is usually when he's on, and he usually hangs out and says hi. Sometimes comes on the show, so that should answer your question.
So this ventilation on here is kind of like a V2. So if I just take the lid off of this one, they're quite good. They don't normally like run off or anything. But you can see I've done like a really big, nice vent with a coarse mesh material, which
Actually,
is
that looks
absolutely
nice.
brilliant. So the coarse mesh is great, but the hot glue on the other side does make the threading a little bit temperamental. So what I've done with this newer one, which is hopefully going to house a different species of assassin bug, I've made the hole smaller. So that's about a 44mm hole, I believe now. And it just means it keeps this glue away from the threading, so it's a lot more easy. You literally just put it on, screw it on, it's a lot easier. Whereas with this one, you kind of have to play around with it a bit and You know, you might think I'm trying to make this look harder than it is, but it actually is, and I always need to tug on it to make sure it's definitely threaded in, because otherwise the lid can just come off. So lesson learnt there.
Yes.
I didn't get any escapes, but it's
Not so
it's
far.
well, yeah. Let's not tempt fate.
All right. Well, how about this? It's time for a song. Get our first song in, as we do per our tradition. And oh, such a lovely baby. Look at that cute little one. Just such a cutie. Yes, that is an actual gorgeous animal right there, and probably one of the best predators. I would say they do really good being a predator. Probably not the top of the line. I mean,
I
they've
don't know. They're
actually.
highly venomous. You do not want to get bit by these. People say that assassin bugs typically doesn't even matter what species you've got, but imagine a HMAC bite and then add a little bit on top. Apparently, is what quite a few people say. So
Isn't
your
there
old world
also?
teas can't scratch an assassin bug. Apparently,
Isn't there also?
there is a
I
species that is
just
supposedly more potent than cobra venom as well, but obviously in a smaller package.
I don't. That can't be right because a cobra can actually kill, and I don't
Well, I
think
think
assassin
what
bugs
it's
can
talking
kill.
about is cytotoxicity, neurotoxicity, and a mild hemotoxin as well. And you've got to think about the venom yield. A cobra can put in, say, even if it was like 400 milligrams, an assassin bug can put in, say, 2 milligrams. So it would never be deadly, but it will seriously mess you up. And obviously, these
I'm trying to
assassin bugs
think.
vary in size.
Kissing bug disease.
Yeah, Chagas disease is something that some assassin bugs can carry. I believe it's an assassin bug species in the Americas, I believe North and Central America, and it is a specific genus from what I understand. Russ at Aquarimax Pets, I actually had a conversation with him about it, and he believes that the species in the hobby shouldn't slash couldn't carry it, but obviously wild caught individuals and that, it's always best to get them from a breeder because they would never come into contact with a protozoan that cause it. So Chagas disease is similar to malaria in that it's carried by a
Okay.
protozoan organism.
It's a parasite. Trypanosoma cruzi. Cruzi? Cruzi. I don't know how to pronounce that quite well. But yeah,
Yeah,
it can get pretty nasty.
yeah. So
So
if you live in the Americas, especially, I think it's like the southwest or it might
I
be the
thought it was
southeast. But
central. It might be south or central.
yeah,
But yeah, you guys get our point. Be careful if you live in the Americas. It's just in general. Just be careful if you live in the Americas. You might get a hold of something that is contaminated that has been wild caught and being sold as something different. It just goes
yeah.
to show you
Typical
there's a
Tala
long
and
list
stuff
of
in there.
things. It just goes to show you there's a long list of things that you need to be careful of, and try to avoid as many accidents as possible. Elfie Spider Verse gives a thumbs up. Happy Ant has a question. Why would they name a disease something like that?
It's pronounced well. It's spelled Chaggas, but obviously pronunciation is Shaggers. And yeah, I think in the US it means something else. I don't know if Rick can confirm or deny that, but I don't know if shagging
Well,
is something they have in the US.
I don't know what. I'm just gonna walk away from that. But I do know the reason why they call it the kissing bug disease is because it looks like it kisses you when it bites you.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
cute.
Yeah, they're really cute, but don't let it happen. Creepy and Crawly UK says hello, kids, and of course Happy Ant
You
UK says, oh well, that's slightly better.
That's the
All
thing
right,
with
well,
these.
let's get our first song started, shall we?
Yeah.
welcome back, everybody. I am Crax, your host, and I am here with Scott's Animal Adventures. We've got our bugs going on, and all right, show us what you got. What else you got?
Okay, so next up we have the red-spotted assassin bug, which is Cytala laevicolis. These were originally, hang on a second. Oh, they were originally Rhadamanthus. So Platymeris rhadamanthus is their other name, but I believe the ones in the hobby have since been reclassified as laevicolis now. So your red spot assassin bugs, you may buy them as rhadamanthus, but I'm pretty sure if you're buying them that they are laevicolis. And this is again a nymph.
Is it a mealworm I saw in there? Did I
Yeah.
see a mealworm?
Mm-hmm.
Is it alive?
Yeah, that one's still alive. There are a couple of prey items that are slowly being eaten by the springtails. But the way that these bugs really feed, they don't really sort of like chew or anything. It's again sort of like the tarantulas where they'll sort of like suck the life out of the prey. So it's really good to have a cleanup crew. Don't put woodlice in with these. Put springtails only. And that's another thing about keeping the substrate a little bit moist. Gives the springtails a bit of a better environment to do well.
And is it because they'll eat the Is it because they'll eat the woodlice?
They'll eat the. Well, yeah, they can prey on the woodlice, but also the woodlice could technically prey on them. So if for whatever reason one of these wanted to molt low down, while it's in its drying process, it could get eaten by a protein-hungry woodlouse. So in general, I would always say keep woodlice and inverts away from each other unless you're using them as feeders. If you're not using them as feeders and you're determined to have more than just a springtail cleanup crew, go for Armadillidium. If you're really, really, really that rich and you want to do it, get some rubber duckies or some other Cubaris. But yeah, stay away from Porcellio, stay away from any Aniscus, any Anisidae. If they don't ball up and turn into a pill bug, don't shove them in an invert tank. You know, they're fine in a reptile tank because a reptile, the way that they would eat and that, they can't necessarily bite a reptile, but in an invert tank, if you've got a soft, freshly malted tea, that is an opportunity for them to absolutely swamp it, especially if you've got an established population. Whereas Armadillidium will not touch protein or will have very little of it. So stuff like your fish flakes and that, they'll only have them once every couple of months or so because they just won't touch it. And quite often it will just go a bit fluffy in the tank and then you take it back out. You know, they just won't go for it. So it's a lot safer to deal with Armadillidium. I believe Armadillo officinalis, which are the isopods from Greece, they can stridulate, and I believe they're also another safe bet or safer bet for invertebrates as a cleanup crew. But in general, I'd say stay away from woodlice and tarantulas, especially, and obviously you like scorpions and stuff as well.
Okay.
There's people that do it and they don't have any problems, but it's a risk that I wouldn't want anyone to really take without knowing it's a risk.
Yeah.
But the main thing with these are black with red banding on the legs, so they're not completely coloured like on the Cytala horrida, and they will be a smooth, shiny black with 2 red spots on the abdomen when fully mature. And they will have fused wings, they can't fly, and I believe they get to about 1.5 to 2 inches. And the white spots that I'll show you in a second, I believe, are the slightly smaller species, and they get to about, again, 1.5 to 2 inches, but usually a bit smaller than red spots, if I've got that the right way around.
Okay. Now, what's coming up next? What do you got there?
Yeah, so this is the white spot that I was just talking about. So it's a Platymeris bigotatus, and this one is at the bottom just there. So the main difference at the moment, while it's still a nymph, is this has yellow banding rather than the red banding. And as an adult, the main difference is it will have 2 white spots and yellow banded legs rather than 2 red spots and red banded legs.
How long do they typically live for?
From what I understand, they can live up to sort of 18 months. Where a lot of people keep them communally, they will have like a running culture and they'll quite often be able to sell on to other people, like the young. And I know that Scott's got a very, very big culture going at the moment of assassin bugs, of the spiny assassin bugs that I showed you first. And the main guy in the UK that I know of to get in touch with would be Steve Thornton over at, I'm really going to mess this up. I believe it's Tarantula-tastic Enclosures. But it sounds like another account. So as long as it's Steve Thornton and they're horror-themed enclosures, that's your guy. And for quite a while, we had a Jason mask as his profile picture on Facebook and I believe Instagram. So if you get in touch with him, he's got a couple of species and he'll do bulk buy, so 5 for £19 posted.
You're gonna have to show Happy Ant the last one again because they didn't quite get a.
Yeah, for some reason this one seems a little bit more shy. It seems to have a little bit of a powdery appearance, so I'm not quite sure if it's coming up to a molt or if it's just the way that this individual is looking, but it's quite difficult to get this one.
It's the reflection of the light. There you go. Okay. That's so much better. There you go, Happy.
So while they're nymphs, they have quite a weird burgundy coloured abdomen, and that's with all of the species that I've shown so far. And I believe that's just while they're growing, I think it's like a warning, like your Batesian mimicry or whatever they call it. But the actual warning colours rather than saying you're deadly and you're not.
Is that a moth in there?
Yeah, there's so in the Cytala horrida and in with the white spot there is a moth. The other thing I've done is I've put a couple of pupa in there. They probably won't attack the pupa, but eventually they will turn into moths, and these guys go crazy over flying prey. So if you can get some waxworms and pupate them into moths, and you can get them in that tank, like especially with communals, Stefan can attest that they are insane to watch when they're trying to chase down like flying prey and that. And I believe it's more natural. I believe that they do have like a wild trigger towards that kind of prey.
Okay. We're gonna play one more song, but the time is coming up. So I just want to tell everybody. You want to tell everybody about your channel? Type it in the chat. Let everybody know where to find you. Because we're gonna have to end the.
Yeah, I won't be able to put it in the chat, but I will be able to just promote it. So shortly after this ends, I will be going live on my Scott's Animal Adventures channel. So if you have a look on Instagram, if that's the easiest way for you to find me, it's at Scott's_animal_adventures, and my link to my YouTube channel is on there. And we're just going to go live, have a bit of a chat. It'll be my first ever live, so sort of bear with me, and I'll try and drag a mate on. So I'll see if Stefan wants to come on for a bit. If anyone else would like to, then I'm more than happy to throw a link out and get some people involved. But I'll also be doing a isopod enclosure build and sort of initial setup to show how a iSupport setup would be put together. These guys do have names. Ophi's dad. Unfortunately, I am still trying to remember the names, and until I've got my own label, until I've got my own label maker, I won't be able to christen them with a proper label. But they do have names. I will quickly hop onto Facebook. Hopefully, I'm still on the live. Am I still on the live?
You are still alive.
Okay, good. I will find them.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to apologize again. I'm trying to get everything ready. We've got family coming. We've got remodeling crap everywhere. It's just one of those days where it just did not line up. And yesterday was just as bad. So normally we would have between a 2 to 3 hour show with music in between, guests coming on, chit-chatting over some of the care of either inverts or snakes. And unfortunately we can't do that this evening, so I really apologize about that. It's just I've got so much I gotta get set up, and so much I gotta take care of before anybody comes over tomorrow.
So
And they're coming over early in the morning. So I have posted his YouTube channel up on the chat, so if you guys want, you can paste and copy that link and go to his channel where he can, you guys can carry on. Have you found out the name, Scott? Scott, you there? I think he's muted himself because he's there. Well, I'm sitting here by myself now. I'm not sure if it froze on his end or what's going on, but it is silent. So anyways,
hello?
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there we are. There we are. Now he's reset it. Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Izzy. Domino is the white spot. Speckles is the wheel bug. And Lily is my red dot.
So there you
So
have
I'm really
it.
happy with those. And they were picked up by Ophi herself.
Yay! Ophi does a wonderful job naming them.
Yeah, she really does.
She's cute. Alright. Oh, you're
Feel
gonna
free
open
to
it
play
up.
your music. I'll just feature this one.
Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that will be the rest for the night. Thank you guys for coming so much. I really, really appreciate when you guys show up. I really, really do. It means the world to me, to be honest. And to see a lot of people come in on the regular, despite what's going on, with other people, it makes me feel really, really special. And I appreciate it so much. I just wish I could give you guys more time and give you the quality that you guys want. But unfortunately, things do happen. Like I said, it is a Swedish holiday tomorrow. So, and I see you watering your. I see why you came onto the show. You just come onto the show just like, okay, here's some content while I take care of my animals. I'm like, really?
Oh,
All right.
the wheel bug needs to be kept like a flower mantis, from what I understand. It's what a lot of places say care wise. So my flower mantis, you mist daily. You don't do like a heavy mists, which is why I've got these little fine mist bottles. They're really great for jumping spiders as well, because obviously, being a spider with book lungs, a jumper can quite easily drown with large water droplets, especially when they're the size of my Regal, which is probably about Instar 3. It's absolutely tiny. So, yeah, a little bit of bonus there.
All right. Thank you all for coming tonight, and I will see you guys on Friday, and also on Facebook because I know half of you guys.
Thanks, guys. I'll keep you
All right.
posted. I'll be up shortly.
All right. Love you guys. Take care. See you later, Scott. Thanks for taking
Bye.
over. I appreciate it.
No
All
worries.
right. Hey, doll.
Bye.